Flip Out. For those of you who don't know what this is, it is a trampoline park, and there are quite a lot of them based around the UK. Here's a map of where each of the Flip Out locations is located. Now, this trampoline park company is very fun to go to, especially when you're a kid, like I was when this story took place. I was around about 12, 13, something around that age, and one of my friends invited me to go to Flip Out with her. Now, Flip Out isn't just a trampoline park for kids. It is a trampoline park for all ages, but I'm guessing they don't suggest anyone in their 70s or something to go on it, or otherwise you might end up with a broken hip. Although, even though it's fun, I wouldn't be surprised if a child could go away with a broken hip. Flip Out is notorious for injuries. They always try to put safety measures in place, as well as a lot of signs saying, instead of jumping off a trampoline onto the hardwood floor, just walk off the trampoline. And I only realised that that sign existed after I had jumped off the trampoline onto the floor about 5 times and my feet were killing me. But that's not what the injury is I'm talking about. At Flip Out there are a lot of different trampolines. The main trampoline type is the ones that are springy, but you can't jump that high. However, in the Flip Out I went to, there is a section where there are trampolines that you can jump very high on. And as well as these trampolines, there are obstacles. I think you could call them that. Basically, things that are high up that you can jump off and onto. And these are quite high, but with these trampolines that you can jump high on, obviously you can get to them easily. Or not easily in my case. When I was jumping up onto a very high wooden box, I guess you could say, it was something that was attached to the wall but in the shape of a box that you could jump onto. I ended up hitting my leg just below my knee against the corner of this wooden box. Now, this wooden box has a lot of padding on it, but if I'm being honest, it does absolutely nothing. Now, I don't have a photo of this injury, but at the same time, I don't want to freak that many of you out. I'm making it sound more of a big deal than it really is. But I hit my leg against that, and it hurt. But after a couple of seconds, the pain went away, the adrenaline came flooding back, and I just went off bouncing again. Only after I have finished trampolining and our session is over and I'm putting my shoes on, I roll up my trouser leg and I notice that there is a giant bruise on my leg. How big of a bruise? About the size of my fist. And immediately my friend's parents, my parents weren't there, said, "Am I alright? Because that looked painful." And it did look painful. And it wasn't just one coloured bruise, it had all the coloured bruises you can imagine. To be honest, that bruise looked like a colour palette. And when I got home, I showed my mum and dad. Well, I had a lot of adrenaline still, but I felt no pain and I was just fine. I rushed in like, "Hey, look what I got on my leg." And, well, they looked horrified. They wondered if I had really injured myself. But I just felt fine, and I think that was the last time I actually went to Flip Out. It wasn't because of that injury that I didn't go back. I think it was just because I outgrew wanting to go there, and none of my friends really offered to go back there. And thinking about it now, even though with that injury, I think I want to go there again. And who knows, I might end up with another bruise and another Saturday story time talking about it. So if there's anything to be taken away from this, if you are going to Flip Out or any trampoline place, just be wary that there is a high chance that you are going to come away with a couple of bruises, or in my case, a bruise the size of a lot of bruises together. I'm annoyed that it's got a blue border and not a green border. But I didn't think to do this last Saturday story time, so that's on me if we're going to be sticking to my colour scheme.